Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is August 22nd, 2023, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching Nvidia, which is coming out with quarterly earning reports tomorrow, bouncing and rallying back close to its all-time highs. But first, no major economic events scheduled for today. So as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs pretty much bottoming out, at least for now. Now looking at the indices, the Dow Jones was unchanged while the NASDAQ bouncing back together with those tech stocks. Now looking at commodities, gold also bouncing while oil fizzles out. Now looking at the stocks specifically, the ones that were weakest are the ones that went up the highest. Specifically, Meta and Tesla bouncing back as it's gotten to that after sell-off. Now lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remains unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the Euro USD. You see that bottoming out a 109.09ish level, just bouncing there, just, very subtly. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's about 60 pips, but it is bottoming out. If we look at the Australian dollar, which did tip over below that 64.70ish level, is also bottoming out with this little bounce here at 64.16ish level. And if we look also at the Canadian dollar, you can see that consolidating here at 135.47. So the markets are kind of like just tapering off right now as the major move has happened, and kind of like we're at the end of the move. And now we're like, are we going to break out higher, or are we going to correct ourselves back to the lows? That's where we're at when we're coming to the Forex symbols. Now looking at the commodities, first gold bouncing also in 1895. This is the first time we're actually hitting the 30-day moving average since July 31st. So we've been on a sell-off the past 21 days. Okay, and so that has really been a clear indication that this has been very weak. Now looking at the daily, we are at supportish level, not major support, but we are still at that congestion area. So this is quite natural to bounce off in. Now, crude oil did fizzle out as it bounced above $80, but couldn't sustain it and then broke lower. So this may be a dead cat bounce. If it does cross the 30-day moving average, I would say this would be a correctional move on the downside. Now jumping into the U.S. markets, Dow Jones does nothing, not even a bounce, not a hiccup, nothing, while the NASDAQ did. Okay, 14,965 is where we're at. That's a decent move on the upside. We are at resistance-ish level. Now, this is the point, okay? When we look at the stocks that went down the most down are the ones that went up the most high. Okay, that kind of atmosphere is very disconcerting. That kind of gives me the impression that things might correct themselves. So looking at that, Facebook, which went all the way down to 277, is up to 289. That is a major correctional move, 12 bucks. And if we look also at Tesla, okay, which was trading in 215 up to 231. That's a major correctional move also. So keep that in mind. If this extends it higher, I want to see that this is real. I don't want to see that this is a dead cat bounce and then we're going to sell off again. So keep that in mind as this is happening. Now looking at Cisco, it's still sustaining itself on its highs at $55 a share. So there's like pockets of like, hey, maybe the markets are not that bad off. However, on the flip side, if we look at ALCOA, it's on at $28, and we did this target the trade last week where we're trading it at 30 bucks and it continued to break lower. Boom. This is what I'm concerned about. Okay, the markets will catch up to this type of environment. Now, looking at Nvidia on its highs of 469, I mean, is it on all-time highs? Close to it. Okay, 4,678 is all-time highs for a $400 stock. $10 is not that much of a difference. But remember, it's coming out with quarterly earning reports tomorrow. So this may be a rally, a pump and dump kind of situation. So keep that in mind, which does happen in the markets. Okay, not to be, this is just a correctional move just to protect themselves sometimes. They take it up to the highs, and that's what happens. So 26,000 for Bitcoin right now, not doing much, flatlining. There will be some activity in the U.S. markets, so focus your time on that because Bitcoin has really been just very choppy. This is Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.